Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark here with the MLive morning weather update. And my headline says the remnants of what was Hurricane Ian it's kind of acting as like a blocking line and keeping storm systems from coming from the west right now. And what does that do? That gives us a great day today, a great day Wednesday, and now, even for the southern half of lower Michigan, Thursday looks like great weather. So let's get on tour, and hopefully, folks are joining in with me today. All right, so we'll start with that. And you can see on the satellite picture that the rotation off to the east, that's the storm system that used to be Ian. And notice the storm to the west. I got a perspective here, right and left parts of the screen. That storm to the west isn't marching eastward because of the other storm. So let's kind of look at the big picture. This is going to be all of the U.S. Give me a second here. Have to size it up for us. All right, so this is going to be all the U.S. in the next 10 days and give you a good feel for what's going on. So there are the remnants of Ian. This is today, great day. This is tomorrow. Pick out Michigan. You don't see any of the gray, green, or blue. That's precipitation. So not happening yet. You do notice the blue lines up north. That's the cold shot of air that is coming. Now we're into Wednesday and it's good. Now into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. I'll show this to you a little bit closer, but notice by Thursday evening, still the southern half of the state dry. So we get to eke out Thursday as a great day also. And by Thursday night, Friday morning, the cold front rambling through, and whoa, we wake up Friday. It's a different weather pattern, but not for long. This is Friday, and this is Saturday morning when I'm targeting the first widespread frost or freeze. But already look by Sunday morning, the warmer air starting to come back in on a southwest wind. Another little storm system from the north, but the cold blob just kind of gets choked out. So we're into next week and we're into great weather. And then look at next Wednesday. We're into the full southerly flow once again as the cold pocket drops west into the western Rockies. And these cold pockets don't necessarily always barrel right toward Michigan. It's, they can drop down into the northern Rockies and send the warm air up our way before the cold pocket comes in. At this time, we eventually expect the cold pockets to come in, and we eventually expect them to be more cold than the last and last longer. But October can be a kind of a funny month where we can have some warm weather. Hey, good morning, Kathleen Weber from Grand Rapids. Susan Klein, I despise the Farmer's Almanac. I have never, ever seen them not forecast a brutal cold and snowy winter. How many books do you think they'd sell on the stands if they headline said, "Don't worry about winter, gonna be really nice"? They wouldn't. They are bogus. All right. So, all right. So let's get into next week. So we're in a Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Cold pocket trying to come down, but it doesn't look like it's doing so. So we have a fairly dry forecast. We have a couple of cold shots and a fairly mild forecast otherwise. Here's a little bit closer of a look. Again, today is a great day. Tomorrow is a great day. Get those projects going, folks. Me included. Of course, I got to go and clean up and tarp a roof here for a couple of days soon in Florida. But get the painting done. Fantastic weather for it now. Low humidity, not too hot, not too cold, not too rainy, not too windy. Fantastic stretch of weather in the next couple of weeks to get that project done before we settle into winter. Because, yes, we will have snow and cold, even if it's a mild winter. All right, so like I said, Thursday, this is Thursday up to early afternoon. Heather Avery going to Harrison camping. Am I going to freeze? Saturday morning will be chilly. Harrison probably 28 degrees or so. And then warming to the 50s. And then Sunday morning down into the 30s to near 40. I like that, Kurt Davey. Farmer's Almanac equals National Enquirer. Amen, brother. All right. So then here is let's see, Thursday evening. So this would be Thursday afternoon and the evening. Saginaw to Grand Rapids. Maybe the rain starting to show up by toward evening, but Ann Arbor and Detroit, and sneak in a golf game on Thursday. Although you can't sneak it in too late anymore because it's getting dark a lot earlier. Now this is the Thursday night, Friday morning passage of the cold front, and then we're into the colder air, and we look at Saturday morning's pressure pattern, and yeah, it's chilly to cold. Thank you very much, Marianne Templin. We feel very fortunate. House is still standing. I will show you some pictures here in a couple of days. Rebuildable. We think insured. It is insured, but this is our first time going through that. So if anybody has any tips, we appreciate that. We've heard hire your own what's called public adjuster so that you can get your side of the cost, not the insurance company's side. All right, temperatures. Hey, there you go, Dan Steele. Great day for a car wash. Yes. I want to say something to if there's any car wash owner out there. You have hated me for 32 years because every time I mention rain, you say I'm running your business. So I'm going to go out publicly right now and I'm going to say, everybody in Michigan, wash your car now. It'll last quite a while. Okay? There. All right, high temperatures. Today, let's call it 70-ish. Wednesday, let's call it 70 to 75. A lot of places more towards 75, especially Saginaw, Flint, the Thumb. Thursday, still in the 70s. North starting to cool down. Friday, much cooler. How about chicken noodle soup for the first time? Oh, my wife makes some great soups. Hey, good morning, Nick D'Alfonso. He washes his car every day? Seriously? Wow. Okay, Friday's chilly. Saturday, fallish. 50s, you got your jacket on, and you can start to tool around up across northern Michigan because although the colors have been slow to develop, they're kind of rapidly developing. It's maybe 20 to 40% changed by this weekend in parts of northern Michigan interior regions. So it's not your classic peak fall weekend. That's probably next weekend up north, but this weekend it's worth it. Hey, it's always worth it to take a drive in Michigan, isn't it? All right, so there's Saturday's highs. There's Sunday, we're back to the low 60s. And let's see. This is Monday, low 60s. And then Tuesday, low 60s. Wednesday, low 70s. And Thursday, this model indicates we could come toward 80 degrees. That would not be unheard of. It is 10 days out on this. And I mean, cut us some slack, folks. We're getting accurate out at 7, 8, 9 days. And now we want the 10th day to be super accurate. And it is at times. But point being is we're in a pattern where a southwest wind could boost us well. Heats up. That adds on, in my estimation, 2 to 4 degrees to the actual temperature. All right, how about the low temperatures? Tomorrow, upper upper 40s. Wednesday, near 50 degrees. I'm sorry, Thursday, near 50 degrees. Friday, the cold front coming through, but the air hasn't cooled yet. And then Saturday morning. Saturday morning is when I'm saying that we will have at least a heavy of enough frost or freeze to end the growing season. Going to be, time where you'll want to cut all the basil down before then and pick all of the tomatoes probably on Thursday. You still have Friday if you can't get to it to Thursday, but you can't do it Saturday morning. I dig pulling out my fall attire, Mark. This is all me. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'll be honest with you. Over the years, 32 years as a meteorologist, no, 33 years as a meteorologist, fall, generally almost everybody can agree that great fall weather is some of the best weather that almost everybody enjoys. It's just that some people know what's coming after that, and about 51% of the people hate what's coming after that. I like it all because it's job security for me. We always have weather. The government can't even screw it up and end weather. It'll keep coming. So here's Sunday, back to the 40s, and next week, probably no frosts. So, to give you a summary of what's going on, great weather today, Wednesday, Thursday. Get that Definitely get that project done when you can. Colder by Friday, freeze on Saturday morning, frost maybe even into the hot spots of the heat islands of Detroit and Grand Rapids and Ann Arbor. And then next week looks like we might return to some very nice fall-like weather. So we are getting treated right now, folks, while other places in the country have had some pretty nasty weather. And this does always bring to light the fact that Michigan is probably one of the safest states for big natural disasters. We have tornadoes. We've had very bad ones. We've had killer tornadoes, some of the worst in the country, but they're very limited. Obviously, we can't have hurricanes. We don't really have earthquakes much. But I do have to remind those people that we get 10, 20 snowy road days a year that we can all have a hard time and get into accidents and injured and even worse on those. So we have our fair share of dangerous weather. Also, it's just kind of in a different manner. Ken Forsyth, can I cut grass today? Yes, you can cut your grass and you can cut mine if you want to. All right, so there you go. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. One of these days, I got to make a concerted campaign that I need you all to share. As I go on, I need you to share, share, share. That's how I build the following of the viewers, and that's how MLive comes to me and says, wow, this is really successful. So share, 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 even afterwards if you can. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. I need your help. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.